How you doing, guys? Welcome to Dine at Home. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Thank you so much for buying the boxes this week. I think we could have sold double what we had on actually, which is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you to all you guys. Some friends and family having it this week as well. So thank you for all the support, guys. So yeah, I've tried to keep it as father orientated as possible for this week. Obviously, being a dad myself, so I've just tried to get in there. So guys, just going through your box. Obviously this is your complete box that I've arranged into all the different trays. It's a 4-course extravaganza this week, so hopefully it's going to be nice and full at the end of it. So guys, obviously this is a sharing piece, so as always your bread. I've also put the little Guinness bread there as well, tiny little loaf, and also your truffle butter as well. Make sure your truffle butter is obviously out of the fridge. You can bring it out for a good hour before, guys. There's no real reason that shouldn't really stay out of the fridge. It has to be 10-15 minutes. Can be an hour beforehand. And then your bread, I put both your Guinness loaf and your actual white milk bread in there at the same time. 180 for 5, 6, 7 minutes, depending on how sort of crusty you want the outside. It is really crusty at the moment anyway, so you're only sort of reheating it. And the same with the Guinness loaf. Obviously, because it's got tree cut, it'll take a while. It'll take a little bit longer to warm up. So the 5 or 6 minutes of the milk bread will be absolutely perfect, and it'll stay at room temperature or a warm temperature for longer. So we'll move straight on to your starter, guys. And this is all for 2 people, some individuals or 3. Well, we'll obviously have less or more. So here we have a little pot of your jus roti that we've actually put the hazelnuts in as well. Your orange puree. We also have your grilled asparagus that we've chopped, because that's like a salad element to the dish. And then this is again for 2, so we have a pot of whipped chicken liver parfait in there as well. So I would recommend to keep your jus roti out of the fridge for about an hour before, just like your butter. If again, because it's a meat set dressing, if you do want to get it out before, if you do forget to get it out, just pop it in the microwave for 10 minutes. It'll be absolutely fine. So what I want to do, just obviously I'll only put half in because we don't need too much. Half the amount of asparagus in there. This has been seasoned. You just want to season it a little bit more, just on top, just to add that bit of salt flavour to it. And it's quite a rich dressing, this guy as well. So pop that all in there. This is for 1. This dressing is, hence I'm going to use it all. And mix that up, and this is the real nice sort of almost like a salty, acidic contrast to your parfait, which is obviously quite rich and creamy. So I'll just put a nice little pile, put that in there. The asparagus is at room temperature as well, guys, so everything's quite sort of room temperature orientated. You don't want anything fridge cold with this starter. Now your orange puree, guys, I know everyone loves orange. It is super strong. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it as well, because obviously we use the whole oranges, so please have a little taste before, see how much you would like to put on the plate. I'm only going to put a little bit. There's a little Guinness loaf, and then I would recommend to keep that in the middle of your plate, guys, of your 2 plates, so you can obviously tear and share and enjoy it together. Equally, if you do want to be a bit extravagant and serve it on the plate, by all means you can do, and spoon it out and pop it on the side. So there's your starter, guys. Beautiful whipped chicken liver parfait with the asparagus salad with your jus roti, caramelised orange puree, and then your Guinness loaf on the side as well. Enjoy, guys. Okay, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed your starter. On for your main course and steak and chips. So we have beautiful fillet steak from Charlie at Walter Rose, and we have obviously chips as well, hand-cut chips. In here we have your garnish, which is your confit tomato and green beans. The confit tomato has been cooked in a little bit of sort of almost like a tomato vinegar as well, to give a nice bit of acidity. And then you have your mushroom ketchup, which is here, which obviously I'd recommend just to pop that into the microwave, and your beef sauce. Yours will be a lot neater than that. I'll just scrape the sort of top of the tub off. So okay, so first job then, guys, is your chips, because they will probably taking the longest. So a little bit of veg oil onto a tray. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you the oven way of these. I would personally recommend to deep fat or shallow fry them if you do have a fryer, or if you're confident enough to do them on the side. I mean, it's not too dangerous if you're obviously happy to do it. We would do it at home, just sort of fill 2 inches, like a crusade pan or a little small pot, about 2 inches of veg oil, bring it to about 180 degrees, and then just pop them in, and then just turn that off and just allow them to fry. I'd personally recommend to do that. but I think for the vast majority of you, I think the oven fry is probably better. So pop your oil, it's obviously for one person, so pop your chips on top, no seasoning, just make sure that oil's underneath, and we'll put that in straight away, and that'll probably take around about 20 minutes to cook. So it'll give us a nice amount of time to sort of concentrate on the beef, get that reheated and so on and so forth, so we can sort of have a bit of time to concentrate on that. So onto that, we've obviously got our beef, which is just here, which I'll use now to put it open. It has obviously got beef fat in, which has been smoked. It's also got a, which I can show you actually, it's also got that cling film that's around it. That's basically to keep the shape, obviously once it's in the backpack machine. So if I was you, I'd recommend to obviously take that off. And then we're just left with a nice piece of steak. I'll take one of those trays as well. That's it, transport it over. At this stage we'll just need the tomato as well, which I'll just put the one in because there's only one portion, and the beef. And I'll also empty out all that aromats and smoked fat as well. Cool, so that's what you're sort of left with there. So what we'll do, my pan isn't even on yet, so I'm going to put the pan on. And you want it nice and hot, and really hot, so I'll just put that on just now. It's a griddle pan, so I'm going to use a griddle pan to put the, maybe you get the bar marks. I just prefer doing a steak on a griddle pan, but that's of no benefit to the steak whatsoever, so you don't have to do that at all. It's just some personal preference. So the steak hasn't been seasoned, but it has been tempered, which basically means I've water bathed it just for sort of a 10 to 15 minutes just to take the edge off. So it's literally ready as long as it's been pulled out, which I'm hoping it's been out for about an hour in your house. Obviously it's been out for an hour here. I'm hoping it's been tempered inside as well. So when you actually roast the beef, we just literally don't sort of reheating it, but we've already got the cuisson, we've already got the cook on the beef we're looking for, which is around about medium rare. So when we roast it, we're just bringing that beautiful caramelisation on the outside, and we're going to put it back into the oven for literally 2 to 3 minutes just to ensure that heat is going to penetrate through the centre. That's all we've got to worry about. So again, the cooking, the main cooking, or the worry about getting it well done, or medium well, medium rare, or medium, has all been done for you. If you would like it done a little bit more, so for instance, if you do want it more well done, that's absolutely fine. Just pop it in the oven up to about 10 minutes, I would say. 10 minutes maximum for well done. Anything less, medium well, medium rare, and so on and so forth. So, onto the cooking. Pan's nice and hot. A little bit of oil in the centre. Again, I've done salt and I'll do a little bit of pepper because I think with any red meat, pepper is really important. I use Maldon sea salt, as always say. Mop up all those extras in there as well. Beautiful. And you can see it however you want. I mean, I'll go top and bottom first. There we are, nice pan. And we don't want to do it too sort of long. We don't want to keep it too long on those sides. We just sort of want to bar mark it really. We don't want to cook it, we're just reheating it almost. While that's happening, I'm just going to get my sauce and pop that on the saucepan as well. There we are, lovely. We've still got a good sort of 16 minutes on those chips. So again, you know, this is, you're getting ahead, but again, like I've said on instructions, it's really important that we rest this steak. Main reason for resting this particular steak is to ensure that heat gives it time for that heat to penetrate right through to the middle of the beef, so you're not having a cold steak and a nice hot one. You can see that bar mark is starting to encourage itself on there. And we don't want to go too heavy. Again, it's all preferable, so again guys, if you would like it a little bit more sort of roasted, then that's absolutely fine. I just like it sort of gently caramelised on the outside, but I don't want to do any more than that. And I'm using my hands here, and apologies for using a spoon. Okay, this is the fourth side, there's 2 more to go after this. But what we'll do is, just before we do the last stage, I'll put the smoked fat in, a little bit of butter, and I'll turn the pan right down, probably I'll turn it off actually. The heat has done the job. I'm just getting that lovely bit of colour on that steak. Perfect. So I'll turn it off now guys, okay, because you can see by the sort of smoke on the pan, you can see it's really got some heat into it, which is good. It's exactly what we want. Okay, so all 4 corners and both ends are all done. So now in with the aromats and the smoked fat. Make sure your extraction's turned up nice and high, and I'm just going to put a little bit of butter, and the reason being is because obviously the butter's amazing, but the second more important reason is because we're going to cool that pan down ever so slightly. It gives the cook a bit more control over the heat of the pan. And you can Monty, just pop that butter all over. And you've got that lovely bit of thyme and that lovely bit of garlic in there as well. I can Smell it all coming off. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're just getting that piece of steak, that piece of beef is used to that heat. That's all you're doing. Perfect. Okay, so on that tray, there it came, because it is cooked, so it's okay to pop back on. Just going to pop that in there. The heat's got used, obviously the steak's got used to the heat. Just pour a little bit of that butter on. But like I said to you in the instructions, make sure you retain this pan. Don't wash it, don't get rid of the butter. Just retain that pan. Put that garlic on top, that's beautiful. Put that back on the stove with no heat. I'm just going to pop that into the oven now with my tomato for literally 2 minutes. That's what I'm going to do, 2 minutes, okay? There's still a good 10 to 12 minutes on the chips. 2 minutes on that, okay guys? And join me after, okay? Okay guys, so with my steak, I'll give it about 2.5 to 3 minutes. So halfway through I just checked it, and so I just wanted to ensure that we're getting that heat through. That is absolutely perfect. So you get sort of a firmness, when you squeeze you get sort of a firmness sort of come back. It just needs to relax now. But leave it in the pan to relax, absolutely fine. Obviously the tomatoes come to heat as well, absolutely stunning. That will rest for a good 5 or 10 minutes. That sounds a bit strange, but it will last perfectly and it won't go cold. If you want to sort of out it really hot again, just put it in the oven for 30 seconds, that's all that's needed. Okay, so my chips have been in for about 12 minutes, they've got about 3 to 4 more minutes probably left on them. So obviously leave that. So while I'm doing that, which is perfect, my sauce is on, I've just got the green beans to do, and obviously I asked you to keep the pan, and we're going to do them in the same pan as the beef was in there. Because that's absolutely perfect. So retain that heat, retain that flavour. If you would like to just get rid of some of that butter, because obviously you're watching the waistline, and it is Father's Day, so I hope no gents are watching their waistline. But if you are, obviously you can just decant that off. But I'm going to keep it in there because that is flavour, and that's what it's all about. So green beans is 1 portion, guys. Obviously, do your 2 portions. Pop that straight in. That'll get a nice bit of heat. I wouldn't add any seasoning, to be fair, that because you've got all the seasoning in the bottom of your pan. It's literally the moisture of the green beans are going to pick all that up. So I wouldn't add any more salt if I was you. I'm going to season the tomato, season the beef, the chips are yet to come out, and we're going to season those after as well. So I think that's absolutely fine. The green beans are going to be full of flavour simply because of all the butter. Fry them for 30 seconds. That's it. And pop my sauce on. So that's nearly ready as well. So you get a real good fry. Beautiful. You start to colour them ever so slightly. As soon as they've come to colour, it only takes 30 seconds. Different way. They have been blanched, they've already been cooked. So we've cooked them for you. Absolutely perfect. You'll just see that sort of almost starting to blister on the outside. That's all that fat's starting to blister up at those green beans. So I'll pop them on my J-cup. To drain some of that butter off. Not worth it though. So finish with the pan now. The sauce is heating up. We're getting together now. Tomato. Use a little bit of that butter just to glaze that tomato up. Beautiful. And then we've got our beautiful steak. Lovely. Which I'll pop on the chopping board because I'm going to carve mine. Could be the end of me if it isn't cooked right, but then equally I want to show you guys. Making mistakes is okay. Okay, so the chips, guys, you'll see they come out beautifully in here. There's absolutely no reason not to do them in the oven at all. I think they've come out really, really nice. Starting to go nice and crispy on the side. A little bit of seasoning on top. I'm using table salt because it will stick better than the Malton sea salt. My sauce has beautifully come up now. That's it quickly. What was that? 30 seconds. Don't over boil it. Don't reduce it. It's ready to go. Our mushroom ketchup, I've done that in the microwave for 20 seconds, that's it. Green beans, tomato, those perfect. So what we'll do is we'll start to plate and we'll carve the beef at the end. Also another good reason to leave the beef till the end is simple, just allow that to rest. So important. Mushroom ketchup on. I absolutely love this ketchup, super acidic, super delicious, get it on there, nice and rich, nice and fatty. So green beans, put my steak on top of those. Lovely tomato, nice array of colours. Nice stunning plate again, by Heritage. My man Anthony, sorting us out as always. Okay. Look them up if you want, guys. Heritage Birmingham for the plates. There we are, beautiful. Look at that. Missing one amazing thing, beef. Let's go for it. Nervous to make sure it's cooked right. Okay, we carve. Look at that, beautiful. In the centre, nice and warm. That over there, tempered. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt on top of that, or in the centre. And then, again, if you are scared of it going a little bit cool inside, perfectly, just put a little bit of that sauce over the top. There we are. What a fantastic main course. Guys, let's pop that down. There we are. Your fillet steak with your roasted green beans, confit tomato, mushroom ketchup, and then your chips finished off with a sauce Dine. Enjoy, guys. Okay, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed your main course. Me and Mike have just finished ours. It was absolutely delicious, really nice, perfect Father's Day sort of steak and chips. But I do want to re-emphasise, ensure that your beef is out of the fridge at room temperature, because again, you can't be cooking it for 3 minutes unless it is out of the fridge for a good hour. No more than 2 hours, but certainly no less than 1 hour. Make sure it is at room temperature, guys, when you're cooking it, because again, it was stone cold and the same time and very enjoyable. So make sure that you bring that up. We just had a quick discussion then, and said it was beautifully cooked, but again, if you don't get it out at room temperature, it's going to be sort of cold in the centre. So ensure that it is at room temperature when you roast it nicely. An easy way to tell is it should be nice and soft. So if it's still hard, it's too cold, so it should be nice and soft. Okay, so onto your additional course, guys, which is your cheese. Beautiful Tunworth cheese for one person, so obviously you have one wedge to share between two, but it'll obviously be larger than that. We have a lovely grape chutney, nice and acidic. We have a lime and beer, or lager and lime pâte de fruits, which is more like a jam. We've sort of made it into a jam so it's spreadable onto your lavash. And then you have your beautiful lavash crackers, which have been seasoned with salt, pepper, a little bit of chai seed and rosemary as well. And again, it's totally up to you how you want to sort of plate it. I mean, if you want to sort of, I personally recommend sort of plate in the middle of the table maybe. And if it's 2, 3 or 4 of you, just put the cheese, put the condiments on there with the crackers on the side, just sort of basically just go. I'm not going to teach you or show you how to plate or how to eat cheese and biscuits, but I think we've been doing it for hundreds of years, so we certainly don't need to do that. But yeah, if I was you, I'd just very nicely sort of like divide the condiments and the cheese on the plate, and then just have a selection of crackers on the side, and yeah, enjoy that basically, guys. And on to desserts. Okay, guys, this is the final course of your Father's Day menu. I really hope, guys, you've enjoyed it. And a great way to end on a classic bakewell tart, one of my favourite ever desserts tarts. So you will have very simple, just two elements to this dish, guys. So you have your bakewell tart, just in there, cherry bakewell, beautiful. If I was you guys, I personally, again, you can have it completely cold or room temperature, and likewise with the anglaise, you can warm that up as well if you would like to. Personally, I would place the bakewell in the oven for around about 3 to 4 minutes, just literally to warm through very slightly, just to make sure the frangipane's nice and soft in the centre. My personal preference, but again, it's beautiful at cold or room temperature. And with your anglaise, it's a nice contrast to keep that sort of almost fridge cold, and then just pour that over the top of your cherry bakewell. Yeah, guys, just dive in. It's absolutely delicious. There's a couple that broke, so I've actually eaten more than enough cherry bakewells over the last day or so. So I'm going to leave it. Mikey can have this one, and I'll just basically finish off by showing you the little beautiful caramel fudge that Mikey's made actually. So chocolate caramel fudge. Because it is so sweet, guys, I do often put on the instructions just to place a little bit more sea salt. When I do say a little, I mean a tiny amount. I do see some people sort of almost season it like it's a steak. It isn't a steak, and it just needs a tiny amount of salt. The reason being is because it is super salt, it is super sweet. So it literally just needs a couple, that's all it needs, just a couple of grains of salt on top. That's it. Enjoy that with your tea or your coffee. And that's all, guys. That is the end of your meal. So I'm really hopeful that you've enjoyed it. Thank you again so much to all of you, so much for supporting us as a company, as a Dine at Home series, and I really hope that you're all enjoying it. It leaves me to say, enjoy your weekend, stay safe, eat well, and happy Father's Day to all you gents out there. Big love.